Hello, and welcome to Foos Entertainment. Second here. Alright, awesome. And as for my next review, I'll be reviewing Friday the 13th, the final chapter. This is my 1984 day. I actually watched Friday the 13th, the final chapter 2 days ago, but I've been busy. This one actually is very, very good. And as I promised, I would talk about the sound. Now I'll get to that. It definitely did pay off. Well, first talk about my opinion on the movie. I thought that Friday the 13th, the final chapter, has always been the last of the really good Friday the 13th movies in the traditionary style. Just people don't often really remember this, but Jason did not become a supernatural character until 1986's Jason Lives, Friday the 13th, Part 6. And they kind of did the whole Frankenstein monster thing with him. In the first 4 movies, he's actually a natural, flesh and blood person like you and me. You can be killed. There's also other things that are missing from the trademarks of Jason in the later films, including the fact that Jason actually, if you pay attention, in Part 2, Part 3, in the final chapter, he actually runs. He honestly doesn't is the zombie, Frankenstein-ish monster that he becomes in the later films. But this is the last of the ones where he's a natural character, and it definitely is good. I really liked the atmosphere of the movie. There's only one thing that I can say about this movie I do not like. Now I understand that he was just doing his job, and he's still a pretty good actor. I do enjoy him and everything else I've seen. Although I still think the guy is bloody weird. But Crispin Groover in this movie, or Crispin Groover, whatever his name is, he is one annoying character with his weirdness. Now, I kind of felt sorry for him when he got killed off in the movie right after finally getting laid by a sexy woman, but like his rite of passage stuff. But he is still an annoying character, and he's so weird. In the movie, he's just a weird person, just like he is in real life. It's just kind of hard, to really accept all that. There's other very annoying characters in the movie, but of course this is a Friday the 13th film. You're gonna have annoying characters, but there were some interesting characters in this movie too. I would say that I actually kind of like the frizzy-haired blonde in the movie. I actually kind of feel real sorry for that victim because she finally fell in love with a good guy after a history of being with bad guys, and then Jason throws an axe right into her through the doors right after killing her new boyfriend. Yeah. So that's something I did like about this movie, is the fact that when it comes to the characters that get killed, much like the third film, because there's a few characters in the third film I cared about, you start to feel for them a little bit. And you start to feel upset that Jason killed the characters. I still say for the most part in the Friday the 13th films, you don't feel anything for the characters when Jason kills them. But at least in these 2 films he did. Especially in Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter. As for the premise of the movie, it takes place, I say within 10 hours of the events of Friday the 13th. Part 3, 3D. Jason is being brought to the morgue along with all the victims that he claimed in the third film. Now, this is something I did not notice all these years of watching this movie, and I finally noticed it. You blink too slow, you'll miss it. If you blink at all, you'll probably miss it. But you can actually see the character of Chris, our heroine, from the third film, hugging her parents in a waiting room. They pass in like half a second when they go into the morgue. A little nod right there. If you watch this movie, keep an eye out for that. You'll be like, whoa! I never saw that before. Obviously, Jason kills the specialist to do autopsies and stuff like that. He kills the two of them and escapes. Goes back to the campground. You got these I believe college students are they kind of look like they're college students. College students are high school, but I'd say most likely college students are doing a road trip around the campground. And we find out that deep within the campground you have the Jarvis family that lives in their own house. They know having a good solid life. And basically, Jason is up to his old business. He kills every single one of the vacationers in very innovative ways. You do feel for some of them, but for others you don't. But this is probably the one Friday the 13th film where you actually feel a little sympathy for all the victims, for the most part, other than the previous films and the ones to follow. And obviously, the Jarvis family, when he goes after them, they fend against him, and also they befriended a wanderer, a camper in the woods who was just on his own, that has an agenda of his own. He's actually the older brother of, and I had to really think about who was his younger sister, but the one I probably feel most sympathetic for, because she actually grew the fuck up in the third film and said, you know what? This guy may be a bit of a nerd and a little bit out there, but I kind of like him. And that, of course, be the character of Shelly. Yeah, the Mexican woman, the Mexican chick from the previous film, he gets harpooned through the eye, is actually this guy's younger sister. And he came to get even with Jason. And this is really where he gets a nod, where we figure out that Jason can be killed by natural means. Because Jason actually lurks around his tent to get him to come out of his tent so he can go in the tent and break his shotgun where he can't use it. So at this point in time, I think that a shotgun could actually kill Jason. Like I say, just natural character in the first 4 movies. And then, of course, our brother on a revenge to get even gets killed by Jason, leaving the oldest Jarvis sister, as well as Tommy Jarvis, played brilliantly by Corey Feldman, who was like a little boy, are left to fend off with Jason. And they actually kill Jason in the movie through a lot of wit and manipulation. Tommy Jarvis has a fascination with disguising himself as creatures with masks that he makes and stuff like that. And so he disguises himself as a younger Jason in order to manipulate Jason so that he can go ahead and stab him to death with, hack him to death with the machete. The sister tries to manipulate Jason into paying attention to her so that Tommy can get away. A lot of very intelligent things are done by our two leads in that regard. And of course, in the end, Jason is killed, and we get the sense that they're probably going to do something with Tommy. We don't know what yet, but of course, we'll get to what they do with Tommy on the next Friday the 13th review. But yeah, picture and audio quality. The picture of this one is quite good. This is the first one that actually was mastered by Time Warner. So the picture is actually much more, in my opinion, movie-like. It goes differently from what they did with the Paramount releases of 1, 2, and 3. There's actually much more of a satisfied look of sitting sort of mood. It doesn't have any nostalgia with the transfer, but it has very good detail. It has very good darks and very good brights in it. The color schemes are good and balanced. So yeah, definitely like the video transfer for this one. And of course, we're back to our traditional 185 by 1 frame, which is what most of these films have now, of course. The audio. This is where it really pays off. I was right when assuming that Friday the 13th, the final chapter, was below the first 3 films out of the water. They weren't bad with their 5.1 Dolby True HD tracks. But this 5.1 DTS HD Master Audio track on Friday the 13th, the final chapter, was amazing. I definitely liked the intensity of it. Lots of really good stuff going on with all the speakers. Surrounds were used real well too. Now let's just say I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a great one, a really great movie. It took me the longest time to actually watch this as a kid, I also might add. But this one is a really good one. If they actually would have ended the Friday the 13th franchise with this movie and just made a 4-part saga, it actually would have been good, and we would have been satisfied. I hate that they made more movies, but I also love that they made more movies. So it's like a love-hate relationship with the films that come after this one. But that's pretty much my views on Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Did you like the movie? Did you not like the movie? Do you like this video? Do you not like this video? As always, subscribe. Check back on me from time to time. Share this video with friends. Whatever. I will see you guys next time for my review of, and then the big one in my opinion, the first film that I really am looking forward to reviewing, which would be A Nightmare on Elm Street. So I'll see you guys next time.